Hello everybody, my name is Tristyn and welcome to my channel. Today's speed build is going to be a studio apartment here in 1310 21 Chic Street. And I was scrolling Pinterest the other night and I came across a floor plan for a studio apartment, and I immediately wanted to try recreating it here in The Sims. So in the picture, the apartment is a big long rectangle and the door is actually on one of the shorter sides. So it kind of walks in and you can walk all the way through straight the long way. But I couldn't find anything like that in The Sims, so this is actually the closest that I can find. And so I ended up making a few changes to the entryway area, and so that it would flow a little bit better than it did in the picture. So what hooked me on this floor plan was actually the bed area, and there's a 2-tile long wall that you'll see that separates the bed and the wardrobe area. And the bed is up against that wall and it's like looking out to the city, and it reminded me so much of IKEA because I remember seeing a room there that was laid out like that. When you walked around like behind that wall of the bed, they had like one of their wardrobe systems back there, and I haven't been to IKEA in a while, so I'm not sure if they still have that set up there, but it instantly reminded me of that. And I think I saw it like the first time I went to IKEA, so I was really obsessed with that. But yeah, it instantly reminded me of that. So I think it would be fun to recreate some of the other showrooms there. And I'm always excited to see all the different rooms when I go there. So maybe I'll have to go back and get some ideas for some builds. So right now you'll see I'm in the kitchen area, and you'll notice throughout this whole build that I heavily use the Dream Home Decorator pack. Because of that wardrobe system, I immediately thought of this pack, since you can clip things together and you can make one big long wardrobe if you want to. So, and I really wanted this apartment to kind of be matchy-matchy instead of a bunch of random stuff. I wanted it to be nice and kind of flow all the way through, since you can see, if you're like in the kitchen, you can see all the way down and see the edge of the bed. So I end up using, a lot of Dream Home Decorator, which is a fantastic pack, so I didn't mind that at all. But so yeah, now I'm just working on the living room, and in the picture, it looked like the couch went all the way across this wall right here, but I felt like it seemed too big for the space, so I ended up putting in this cute little base game lamp here. I love using this lamp, but I haven't used it recently, so I thought it fit perfectly in here. And now I'm moving on to that bedroom area. So this is the wall that it showed in the picture, and you just push your bed right up against it, and I love that it looks out to the windows. And that was another thing that worked out perfectly with this apartment, is it had all the floor to ceiling windows, and I just feel like that would be so pretty to wake up to or go to bed in every night. So and then the bathroom is actually tucked behind this wall here where the living room is, and in the like render that I saw, it almost looked like the bathroom was almost open too, so like the whole thing was just one big open studio. And there might have been like a kind of like a room separator there or something, but the room separators were too wide for my Sims to be able to go through them in this, so I ended up just closing it off. And I feel like then it just makes me feel better, because I don't think I would like just like an open bathroom. I think it would be nice just to always have one that you can close. But and then you'll see that I shortened it up a little bit. I felt like it was too long when it was like 4x2. In the picture it showed they had like a bathtub and stuff in there, but as we know, like in The Sims, things don't work out or like fit in as good as they would in like a real life situation. And the bathroom there too might have even been like half a tile wider, but since we have to build, right on the tiles, or right on like the grid, it just wasn't going to work out that way. So I ended up just shortening it up so it's a 3x2, and I put in a shower and all the other necessities in here. And then I tried to make the other side like a closet, but I'll end up deleting that and just kind of changing the way I have that laid out. So I think on this channel, I want to start trying to upload 3 videos a week. And so I have up to now when you're seeing this, and I have one more build ready to go. But after that, I'd like to try out doing Let's Plays as well for the Not So Berry Challenge. And I'd like to have that uploaded at least once a week, if not maybe a couple depending on the week. But I am starting a new job this week, so I'll have to see how I can fit in making videos once I'm back to a full-time job. And if 3 ends up being like too much, then I'll probably just go down to 2 videos each week. But I would really like to at least upload 2 a week minimum. So I'm really excited to start playing the Not So Berry Challenge though. I think it'll be a fun way to explore more gameplay because I haven't played through like any challenges yet or anything since I've been playing The Sims, and I've definitely done more building than I have gameplay, so I think it'll be a good way to jump into doing more of that and then doing kind of more 50-50 with build and gameplay. So now I'm in that entryway, and you'll see I'm trying to figure out, I kind of thought about making this part like to the right, well, the left of what you're seeing, but I would try to make this spot like a little, almost like, I don't know, not like a pantry, but just something with some extra storage, but it just felt too close to the door, and I even tried moving the closet system over to that side, but I just felt like it felt really too close to the door, basically, and it felt kind of squished in there, I guess, so I ended up deleting that, and then I ended up putting the entryway across from the door, so you would walk through that into like the kitchen and living area, and I ended up using this space as a desk area, which actually ended up working out really well because other than that I didn't really have a plan for where I was going to put a desk or anything yet, so yeah, so now I'm going in right here and I'm trying to find a dream home decorator desk, of course, and I end up going with this one here, the one with the rounded edges, which I think ended up looking really good in this space. And I go in with that same white and like darker brown swatch. And then I'll end up putting some shelves up above it and cluttering those up just a little bit with some different items. And I really like the things that I end up using. I like kind of like the different colors that I use because most, of the furniture in this place is all white and brown, so I kind of pulled some colors that match that Dream Home Decorator rug that's underneath the couch, which I think adds to it quite a lot, because otherwise it's pretty bland in here, but I still think it looks really nice. It's nice to do builds that are more which this one still kind of seems cozy to me, but sometimes I feel like it doesn't come across very cozy unless you use, some like a mix of items, really, and so when you use all the same things that match perfectly, it kind of can feel a little bit more like showroomy, but also I guess I was kind of basing it off of a showroom kind of technically, since it reminded me of the IKEA showroom that I told you about, but yeah, so now I'm trying to find some wallpaper to go behind the kitchen here, because I wanted to break up that like stark white a little bit. And I end up changing it to like a lighter, more faded stone, I believe, towards the end of the video. So, and then also I really like the plant, like shelving unit that I put on the other side of the door. I did want to try and put, maybe one of the little hutches or, like cabinets, sets, whatever that you can, put in the front that have like a couple coats hanging and stuff, but I feel like they don't really have that good of swatches, and like the furniture style just like didn't really match the rest of the vibe of the house. So, but I end up really liking how that shelving unit looks there. I think it looks pretty, and then you could just set some extra stuff on there. So, yeah, and so then I put in those shelves, and I know I put a couple Dream Home Decorator things, of course, up there. I just really like that pack. I remember when it was announced, and I was very excited for it, and that is one thing that I've played some gameplay of, is the Dream Home Decorator career. I like being able to go to work and kind of, I like that you have the option to either go to work with your sim or just send them if you don't feel like going and, redecorating something, but I just think it's really fun to be able to go into one of the other Sims families' like homes and get basically like I don't know, I've always really liked interior design shows in real life, so I think it's just fun that they give you things that they like, even though I don't like that sometimes they just tell you like, oh, I don't like fitness, or like something that like doesn't really have to do with the build. So then I've had that problem once where they didn't give me any information that was like relative to redoing like their bedroom or kitchen or whatever the room was, and then I ended up getting like no money because they didn't give me anything. And I tried to because I know sometimes you can kind of keep asking them questions, and one of like the likes or dislikes will change to something else. So like if it was, oh, I don't like video gaming, then it would change maybe to like, oh, I like the color blue or whatever. But none of that, they wouldn't give me anything else. So I just built something that I thought maybe they would like, and then I ended up not getting paid for that job. So that's the only thing that's kind of tricky with that one sometimes. But either way, I still love the pack, and I love all the build items. And yeah, you can see I used quite a few items from that pack here on these shelves. But I loved the pinkies and like the blue colors, and then the like cream kind of color. I feel like it looks really nice up there. It's like cluttered but cute, and that stack of books too I really like, just like the two, because I know there's another swatch in that one that's like a light blue with a white book, but I liked the way that the pink stood out, and I kind of wanted to use some of each color and not have it be so overpowering with like the blue or the pink. So yeah, anyway, can we talk about the new expansion pack coming in a couple weeks, because I am so excited for it. I just like that we're getting something that's more revolving around teens. I'm excited for the gameplay. I'm excited for all of the build and buy items. I'm excited for prom. I just think it's gonna be such a fun pack. And I watched part of the live stream yesterday, and I'm so excited for the round walls too that we're gonna be getting in base game. Like, are you kidding me? I've been like, since I've started playing, I wished that there were round walls, and I know other creators who have been playing for even longer than that have wanted round walls, and I'm so excited that we're finally getting some. I had just told my boyfriend like a couple weeks ago, we were getting food from a restaurant, and when we were driving away, I saw this building that the front was like kind of rounded and stuff, and obviously you see like some hospitals and stuff that have that rounded area in the front, and I was like, I just want them so bad in The Sims. And like, think of all the cool things like people could create without having to, because I know like people like Kate Emerald and stuff make a lot of rounded wall builds and stuff like that, and like you can kind of, you know, get it to look that way with using a lot of like mods or whatever, but it'll just be really nice to have it and have it like ready to use, and you don't have to go through all those little steps to make them. And it's cool too that a lot of the windows and the doors like will slot right to it and stuff, and that's not like, I mean, either way, if they only made some windows and doors that were also going to be like patched in that fit specifically for those, I wouldn't really be mad at that either. But I think it's cool that a lot of the windows and doors that we already have in the game are going to be able to slot right onto the outside of those walls. So I'm super excited. And I actually a little bit ago I tried to build, or like a couple weeks ago, I tried to build this little gazebo type thing that I had seen with my boyfriend when we were in Duluth, Minnesota recently. And it's round, but I was trying to make it kind of like a hexagon shape, and it's got like a really pretty like roof that's, it kind of reminds me, there's a rooftop in, like a rooftop swatch here in the game that's, it's a glass roof, but it's got a lot of detailing on it, and it kind of reminded me of the detailing, like of the metal that was on top of the gazebo we saw. And anyway, so right when I saw the round walls were coming, I immediately thought like, oh, I could finally build that and actually have it be round, and just like little stuff like that, or just parts of, like I see a lot of times like the front of buildings, yeah, they'll be, you know, round, and then the rest of the building will be like a normal building. But I'm so excited for it, and yeah, I can't wait for the pack to come out in a couple weeks. I think it's just gonna be so much fun. And I did see too, I'll have to pop up the creator's name on the screen. I don't remember what their username was, but I saw on Twitter the Teen a Day challenge, and I've been kind of trying to make some teens and stuff for my world. And so it's a different teen every single day leading up to the pack. It started like at the beginning of July. I saw it like a week into July, so I'm not really doing it every day, but I'm still going through and looking at it and making like a few here and there. But so it just gives you different prompts for different types of Sims and stuff that you would see like in a typical like high school, like a movie or something. And yeah, I think that was really fun, and that's kind of cool because then you can load up some teams into your game and have them ready to play in your high school. And yeah, I'm also really excited for all of the stuff for teen bedrooms, like the beds and the, you know, wall decor, and also the desks, and like different monitors, like the dual monitor and stuff like that. I just think it's so cool, and it's gonna be so fun to make a bunch of teen rooms and stuff that have more to them, because I feel like a lot of times, especially when like I will build like a teen's room or something like that, I feel like I don't know, like I feel like there's like stuff that's more for kids, and then otherwise in the teens rooms, like I always put like a bed, obviously, and then like a desk, and I don't know. So I'm just really excited to get a lot more furniture for the teens. I think it's gonna be super, super cool. So I can't wait. A couple more weeks. I will definitely upload some builds on here revolving around the pack, and yeah. So anyway, now it looks like I'm in the kitchen adding some decor. I've never done this before, but I added a little shelf and I just sized it down one notch, and then I put salt and pepper shakers up there as well as those little like sauce bottles, and I think that looked really cute. I think that makes sense, you know, that you would keep them like right above your stove like that. And like sometimes too, I know like people will keep them kind of like on top of like the lip of their stove that meets the wall. So obviously we can't do that here, but yeah, I think that shelf looks really cute. And then I just added in this little wine rack thing, and I think that's super, super cute. I would like to have something like that to keep a few bottles of wine in here at my place. But and then that little kind of like cake storage thing that has some pastries in there, I think that looks really cute too. I haven't really used that in a build before either. And then I'm just adding some decor over on this wall, and I really like these aprons. I like to add those to my kitchen because I feel like they have so many different so many different swatches to pick from, and so it's really nice to be able to add it into anyone. And I felt like the pink really matched with this stuff because of that pink that's kind of it's kind of like a pinky, almost like ruddy kind of, but in the carpet or in the rug underneath my couch. I feel like the pink kind of matched that, and so I feel like those looked really cute there. And then I know in a second I'm going to be changing those wardrobe pieces behind the bed to all white, and then add in some clothes and stuff there. But right now I'm just adding in a TV on a couple of these modular pieces from Dream Home Decorator, and I think it ends up looking really cute. It's just like a nice little stand, and it fits perfectly in between those two windows because obviously I didn't want to put like a big long TV stand and set a TV on top of that and block any of the windows. And yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, even though this place ends up being a lot of the same stuff, I feel like it's still cozy. I feel like I would still like to live here, and I think just the view that you have of the city and stuff, those big huge windows, that would be so cool to have in real life. And actually too, the lighting is a little bit weirder in this, I'm assuming because it's right in front of the windows, but those little modular pieces that I used to put the TV on, they're the same swatch as like the couch and the bed and stuff, but it looks like it's a lighter brown, so they're the same one, but they just don't really, with the lighting, they don't look quite the same. But yeah, and so now I'm going into that wardrobe area and changing that stuff. And I had a little bit of trouble putting stuff into the slots, like the little shelves on the sides, because like on the first two, I believe, I'm able to slot in those little like baskets that you can keep stuff in. But then the top two, like I couldn't really find things that I wanted to put in here that would slot to it. So I can't remember if I am able to just, I know I put some nail polish in there. I don't remember if I can just slot that in easily or if I had to raise it up with the 9 key. But anyway, I fill them up with some shoes, and I have some more casual clothes on the right side and then some dressier clothes on the left side. And I used the swatches of these that kind of, again, went with that like blues and pinks and stuff, so that I had some of that color, and I really kind of tried to base it around that cute rug. And I feel like that one, especially the dressier clothes on the left side, I feel like they really match that rug well because there's some blues, yellows, and pinks in that set. And then now I think I go in and change to that lighter stone, and I feel like it's nice because I feel like the darker subway tile that I had before, I liked it, but I felt like it was too much of a contrast, and I have you know, a lot of that color brown in there already, so I feel like this like lighter stone kind of helps break it up and add some like texture without being too overpowering. So, and now I'm just going to add some of those giant mirrors to the back of this wall. I think it would be nice to walk back there and have a huge mirror to get all of your outfits in and stuff. And that's about it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one.